Whenever you're talking about like cool multi-day trips, the Salt River always comes up. Last year I actually had a permit to run the Salt and it didn't have water, so we couldn't go run it. It had been on my list for a while. We ended up claiming a last minute cancellation permit. At that point, we knew it was going to have enough water. So that's when we really started inviting people and really trying to get people out there. But everybody had excuses, oh, I can't leave my job. Oh, I can't take that much time off.
I got the random message one day from Juniper asking to come out on this adventure. And I said, of course I am. Like, forget about work. I don't care about any of that. So took the next few days off and bought a boat to come out here, and so that way Savitri could come, and yeah, it was the start of this whole adventure. Kind of snowballed into this really fun thing.
We met with a ranger, and he told us that 3,000 was like a prime juicy float.
Woo!
Paddle high five!
Wow, look at this.
It was all just, again, big waves, big water, tons of fun, and even in like the mellower sections, the water was still moving and there was still like big rolling waves, and it was super fun.
Incredible scenery.
There's like these giant saguaros that have taken hundreds of years to grow everywhere, like saguaro forests, and it was just beautiful. We eventually got to the class 3. The run doesn't actually look that challenging, but my boat like fills up with water, and I thought for sure I was sunk, but came out of it and had to pull away from a big rock. In Black Rock, our first class 4, there was a good line on the left, a good sneak line, basically weaving your way through some rocks.
We didn't even sneak through the first 2 rocks. We couldn't, our boat couldn't get there between the first 2 goalposts, and so we got beached on a little rock for a minute, gave us a second to kind of breathe and figure out what our next game plan was. And then all of a sudden I pushed us off the rock and we spun around, and we were able to paddle forward to catch the left line, which brought us right through. So that was a very satisfying feeling. When things go wrong, we talked about plan A, B, and C, and we went with plan, F.
But my line that I chose was down the right side, which come to find out was more the normal line. I just hit that sweet spot and didn't have any troubles, barely even got splashed. The next day was a big day. Our next class 4 was called Maze, and it kind of snuck up on us. Like, we were floating into it, and I just saw like this big horizon line on the right, and I was like, we should probably pull over.
There you go, stop. Forward. 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 Go, go, go. Whoa. Forward, forward, forward. And forward. Forward.
Then the next big one was quartzite. Yeah, quartzite was probably the scariest rapid for me, just mainly because we couldn't scout it. Yeah, it was just a quick roller coaster ride, like, you know, here's your 6 seconds or whatever. Here's your 8 seconds, is that how many it is? How many? I don't know. But we scooted in right behind those rocks, rode this giant lateral, and then I forgot to ship my oar, so it kind of like flung me forward. Then we had our last class 4 of the whole trip. It didn't look that bad from the shore, but it definitely didn't look like a rapid that you'd want to swim. Right when you get to the top, the eddy sucked you over there closer to that wall a lot faster than I anticipated. In an oar frame boat, I could easily just switch and pull back. But for Lindsay and Savitri, that movement was a little less rehearsed.
The water was just kind of pushing us towards the wall, and our boat just was head straight for it. So it kept calling the back paddle commands, trying to get us to back away from it. All of a sudden, we tipped the wall, or sideways, and that was it. And we were bound to flip over.
What was going through your head when that happened?
Hold on to the boat, just breathe, like swim somewhere, I don't know. Yeah, a little bit of panic.
You might be able to get it into this eddy.
It was Svitri's first time flipping and his first time swimming through whitewater like that, so it was pretty epic.
Nope. All right, hey, get in my boat. You're not gonna get. Yeah, I got you. Ready? 1, 2.
It was a very long swim. I tried multiple times to get up on top of the boat. Brand new boat, first time flipping it, first time trying to climb on top of it.
All right, hold on. We're good.
Nick and Juniper totally pulled through for us when we needed it the most.
But after that adventure, those guys were definitely a little shooken up. Overall, I'd say this was like one of the most fun multi-days I've done in a long time, because it's really a gem, a southwestern gem.
It's an epic adventure in incredible scenery.
You know, sometimes you just have to, you look at your calendar and it's like full, and you just gotta say, hey, you know what, like, I'm gonna push that stuff back and I'm gonna go rafting. And I tend to do that a lot.